When the economy gets tight, everybody feels it. Gas, groceries, and the business that used to hum now sputters. And if you're near retirement or already there, that's when the quiet fear shows up. Not will I get rich, but is my money going to hold when everything else is shaky? Most people never get told this. There's a way to put your money to work where a downturn doesn't get a vote. I want to show you what a downturn really does to a note, because it's not what you think. Most of where you can park your money moves with the mood of the room. The market drops, your statement drops with it, and there's nothing you can do but ride it out and hope. Even rentals, I own them. I still do. When the economy turns, your tenants loses hours. The rent comes late. The furnace dies the same month. And your money exposes to somebody else's bad year. And when you're the one who needs that money to be steady, that exposure is the thing that keeps you up at 2 a.m. You're not being greedy. You just want to know that when the news gets ugly, your money keeps showing up. Nobody at the bank or the brokerage is going to hand you that, because the steady seat is one that keeps getting paid when things go sideways. That seat is already taken. It's the bank seat, and you can sit in it. When you own the note, you're the lender. There's a borrower who signed an obligation to pay you every month, and that obligation doesn't care what the headlines say. You're in the first lien position, first in line, ahead of anyone else if anything goes wrong. And underneath you, there's equity cushion, the property worth more than what's owed. So there's a buffer below your money before you'd ever take a loss. That's three things a stock certificate doesn't have: a contract, a position, and a cushion. Now let me be honest with you, because the honesty is the whole point. Being the bank doesn't mean nothing goes wrong. It means that when something goes wrong, you're bold for it. Let me tell you about a borrower of ours in Oklahoma. He ran his own business and he bought a piece of property as an investment. Good guy, real plans. But his business didn't perform the way that he counted on. The economy tightened up, money got scarce, and he started to feel it. It didn't blow up, but it leaked. First the payment came in a few days late. Then it was 30 days, then 60 days. He was trying to sell the property to get out from under it. But in a slow economy, he couldn't move it. And the late paying stopped being an accident and started to become a habit. If we nudged him, he gets up a little. Then he would slide again. That's the moment a lot of people imagine wipes you out. It didn't. Because here's what we actually had. We were in the first lien position. There were real equity in that property underneath our money. And we had an obligation in writing. So we stopped letting it slide. I send the line that matters. Bring it current or we start foreclosure. Not a threat, a fact about where this was headed. And you know what happened? He called me the next day. We had a real conversation. The first honest one in months. We worked through what was actually going on. Put it on a path, and he caught it up. He even signed up for direct debits so it never drift again. Back on track. The note kept performing. The economy did its worst to that man's business, and the structure held. That's what a downturn really does to a note. It tests the structure, and the notes that bolt right, first lien, real equity, a written obligation, is bold to be tested. Let me put some illustrative numbers on it so you can see the shape of it and talk to your own advisor on your situation, because every deal is different. But say you're looking at a note in Oklahoma, about 180,000 owed, 8% on the loan, the payment landing around 1,321 a month. And say you pick it up for around 163,800, a single digit discount. That's roughly a 9% illustrative yield, paid to you monthly, backed by first lien position and the equity underneath. You're not hoping a number goes up, you're collecting a payment that's owed. So how do you actually sit in that seat? 3 doors, depending on where you are right now. If you want to learn it and do your first deal with us, guiding you the whole way, that's the Quiet Wealth Income Builder, our education and first note experience. If you'd rather be completely hands-off and just collect, you can invest alongside us. We handle everything. You get secured monthly income, and that's open to US and international investors, Canadians included. Or if you want to own the note outright with our guidance, full control, full yield, we'll walk you through buying your first note. Same seat, 3 ways in. You've probably watched a couple of downturns already, and you felt that helpless feeling of having no control over your own money. Being the bank is the version where you have some. It's not magic and it's not bulletproof. I just showed you a deal that wobbled, but it's a structure that's built to take a hit and keep paying. If that's the kind of strategy you've been wanting, start where it's free and there's no pressure. The 5-day Become the Bank Challenge. 5 days, 1 short lesson, and 1 action step a day. And you'll see exactly how this works. The link is right here. No obligation, just go and see it for yourself.